Yay! Hey guys, it's your girl, Delightful Debbie, and we are back here for another tutorial today. Today we'll be making this beautiful dress that you see on the screen here. This is actually something that I've designed, and yeah, so a customer came to me. She brought the fabric that she wanted to use, and she wants me to make this style for her, and this is the other fabric that I'll be using to match with her fabric that she brought, this beautiful brown fabric, and this is the one that she brought for me to use. She brought about 7 yards, but for this outfit you do not need 7 yards. If you're like extra large, you'll only be needing, my mom is bothering me, guys. If you're like extra large, you'll only be needing 3 yards, and so on. You can make this as like a loose but fitted but shaped dress, or you can make it as a boo-boo, which is what I'll be showing you here. So I have these two examples. This is one of me and one of my mom. As you can see, my mom's is a boo-boo, but mine is a shaped dress. So whichever type you would want to make, you can. But today I'll be showing you a tutorial on how to make the boo-boo version. But if you would like a tutorial on how to make the shaped version, just leave a comment in the comment section below, and I will definitely get that out for you guys. So, without further ado, I have all my materials. Let's just get straight into it. So, y'all, to start off, I'm just going to take my fabric here. You can use any amount of yards that you want. And I'm just going to unfold all of it so that I can have a flat surface. I'm just going to go ahead, and then the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to fold my fabric in half. Now, depending on the length of your dress, that's what you'll have. For my client, the length of my fabric is the length of what her dress is going to be, so the length of my Ankara. So I'm just going to go ahead and fold my Ankara in half so that the border is at the top, and then I'm going to fold it again in half. Once I have that, I'm going to fold it again so I have it folded into 4. And once I've gone ahead to done that, it's basically simple. You're just going to go ahead and start your pattern drafting. So I had to cut a little bit of fabric off because it was a little too much because of the size of my client. But anyway, now that we have our fabric folded into 4, I'm just going to go ahead and use my pins to secure it in place. Yeah, I put it on my wrist, guys. Yeah, I got one of those things. I don't know if I told you. But anyway, yeah, I'm going to use my pins to secure it in place. So now that we've done that, I'm going to go ahead and get out my chalk. The chalk I'll be using and my ruler ready. So first things first, we're going to mark our shoulder line, our starting line, where we're going to start taking all of our measurements from. As normal, just need to switch out my chalk to a better color. So yeah, I hope you guys can see that very well. Then from that line, from the center point, I'm going to mark out the neckline, and I'm just going to do, yeah, so I just had to get my customer's measurement. But anyway, I'm just going to do a regular 3x3 neckline because you would make it bigger, but because there's going to be an opening in the front, you don't have to make it bigger because the head will fit in. So I'm just going to come down by 1.5 inches and then 3.5 inches. So 1.5 for the neckline and 3.5, 1.5 for the back neckline and 3.5 for the front neckline. So then after that, so yeah, I'm just marking my curve just like that. Yeah. So now, after we have done that, because this is a boo-boo, we don't really, oh yeah, also, I'm going to come down by 4 inches from the front neckline for the little slit opening that'll be on it. So then after that, I'm going to come to the edge of my fabric and mark 1 inch for the shoulder slope because this is a boo-boo, so the sleeve will be joined. And you don't have to do a shoulder slope, but I just like doing it because it falls nicer on your shoulder. So just do that, and the length of your sleeve. So then come down by about however many inches you want. But for my client, I'll be using about 10 or 11 inches for the sleeve. So then coming to the shoulder line here, I'm just going to come down to about her waistline, just approximately, and then I'm going to go out by her hip measurement divided by 4 and add about 3.5 inches, 4 inches, depending on how big you want your boo-boo to be. Just add that many inches. Then, like I said, the opening for the sleeve, I came down by 10 inches, and I'm just going to mark a curve from that point to the extra inches that I added, as you can see right here. So yeah, just go ahead and mark that all the way down to the bottom of your dress. And for the opening of the sleeve, you all can do whatever measurement you want, but I just did 10 inches for my client because I know that that is what will be good for her. And then we're just going to go ahead and cut everything out. So first I'm going to cut out the front neckline, the back neckline, and then the side and everything. And I'm going to cut open everything. This is very easy to pattern draft a boo-boo. Cut open the sleeve, and then after that we're gonna take out the the back piece, and then we're gonna cut out the front neckline for the front piece, and then we're gonna cut out the we're gonna cut out the 4 inches that you go down by. Sorry y'all, I covered it, but anyway, I'm gonna cut out those inches right there, and as you can see the way the neckline is looking. So now, y'all, I have my fabric here, the other fabric I'll be using for the design in front, and that is what I'm going to start out with right here. So I'm just going to fold my fabric what will be enough to get the little front design. I don't know what to call it. It's kind of like in the shape of a bib, if you get what I mean, but not really. Yeah, anyway, just to cut out the front design. So I just folded fabric. That'll be enough. And what we're going to go ahead and do is to start. So first, I just measured that right there to see if it'll be enough. I did around 7 inches. So I'm gonna just draft out the neckline really quickly, the exact same neckline that we did on the front of our outfit, 3 by 3.5, which is what I did. And then for the shoulder, I'm gonna go out by her actual shoulder measurement divided by 2. That's where you can go out by her shoulder measurement divided by 2, and then come down by 1/2 inch for the slope, because it's not going to be like total. So just come down by 1/2 inch for that slope right there. Remember, your shoulder measurement divided by 2 is what you will use. Then after that, you guys are just going to really have to watch what I'm doing, because it's not like really any specific way to do it, because it is just like a pattern. So you're just going to draft it out the way you want it to look. So I came down by about 9 inches or thereabout, just to mark that line of the middle point. And then, I came down by the measurement of what I used for the opening. And I'm just going to make a kind of curve here, like coming down straight. But then when I get to that line, I curve in a little bit. And then we're just going to like form the bib shape. You guys can use your ruler to do that, and I'm just gonna take the measurements so like it can really go in at that middle point and then go out. So you can see I'm just using my chalk to mark the line very well. And then I came down to the length that she wanted the front design to be. So about like 1 or 2 inches past the waist is perfect. And then you're just gonna mark that out as well, and you're just gonna like make a curve there. It's really simple, y'all. Just follow what I'm doing. Just make kind of a curve. And if you also want a pattern for this, just let me know and I will get a digital pattern out that you guys can just purchase and download if you would like one. So I just made my fabric open a little bit more, and I'm just going to go ahead and cut it out. Very simple, very easy. Just make the design just like that. And then as you can see, we cut it out. And I'm going to bring my front piece here actually, just so I can show y'all that the neckline is actually correct. Just put it on from there and cut out the neckline just as we did. Go ahead and do that right now. So y'all, I just kept trimming and trimming because I kind of wanted the shape to be a little bit more defined than it was. So as you can see me here, I just keep trimming over and over again because I just wanted a better defined shape. And then you can go ahead and iron interfacing to this piece just to give it a little bit of strength. So yeah, just when you're done cutting, iron interfacing to the piece and you're good to go. My delights. Yeah, as you can see, I keep trimming, so yeah. So now I have brought my back piece here, and I'm just going to pipe the neckline with bias tape because we're not doing any front design. So just pipe the neckline of the back piece. Then back to our front. As you can see, I have ironed interfacing to the front design, so I gave it a little bit of strength, y'all. So the next thing that we're going to do is a very, very, very important and crucial step. So I want all of you all to pay attention and listen. So when you're sewing like a piece on it to like do the neckline, you know how you place it good side to good side? Well, no, we will not be doing it right this time. We'll be placing it bad side to good side. So the good side of your front design will be placed to the bad side of your fabric because you want it to be on the front and not the back. So the good side of the piece, place it to the bad side of the fabric and go ahead and stitch around the whole neckline. So I just want to stitch and I'm notching around the neckline, y'all, so that when you flip it, it'll be correct. So as you can see, I'm notching my neckline so that I can flip nice and easy. And as you can see me flipping it to the other side so that the design can be on the front and still look very nice and neat around the neckline. So yeah. And then go ahead and iron that flat. So y'all, now I have these pieces that I have cut here for the pockets. And as you can see, I cut basically lining pieces but out of the actual fabric. Now for y'all, like, you can do whatever measurement of the pocket you want. I just did like 8 by 9. Yeah, actually 10 by 8, so that would seam allowance, so it'll come down a little bit. But like I was saying, you can use whatever piece for the pocket. Usually you would cut 2 of the different fabric for each side, but I didn't have enough of the other fabric, so I just used the main fabric, the body of the fabric, for the lining, quotation marks, of the other one. So you're just going to iron interfacing to all the pieces and then sew it together on the outside. So yeah, just go ahead and sew along the edges, leaving a little hole for an opening to flip it. And like I said, so I'm just going to come in by 2.5 inches on both sides so that we have this hole to be able to flip it inside out. So you're just going to stitch all the way down, all the way over, all the way down, up, and yeah, leave that hole, secure it. Go ahead and do that now and iron it flat. So y'all, now that I've gone ahead to iron the neckline, it looks really nice and neat. We're going to go ahead and just do a final top, and it looks neat on the other side. So we're going to do a final top stitching of the front design, like the little bib piece to it or something. So yeah, I'm just going to top stitch all the way around. Just fold the edge in just a little bit, like 1/2 inch, and go ahead and top stitch. Make sure you don't rush. Do it very nice and delicately, and it'll turn out really beautiful. So go ahead and do that right now. So y'all, now that I've gone ahead to sew the pockets, as you can see, and yeah, I sewed it on the 2 fabrics, and you can see the opening that we have right here. We're just going to go ahead and stitch that down on the fabric. We're going to bring our front piece back, and as you can see, I've already stitched down the bib piece. It's looking very nice and neat. So what we're going to do, we're going to measure from our shoulder of the dress down to wherever we want the pockets to be, depending on where on your body you want to be able to like put stuff in the pocket in your hands. I'm just gonna come down by like 5 inches from the waist for my client. That's what I usually do, and that's what I did on our outfits as well, just like 5 inches down from the waist. So I'm just gonna mark the middle line right there with my chalk very lightly so that we can see the middle point of the dress. And I'm like I said, I'm coming down by 22 inches, which is about where my client wants her pockets to lay. And I'm just going to draft that line out very lightly as well. So from the middle point, I'm going to come out by 2.5 inches on both sides. And that is where we are going to be placing our pockets. So yes, we're going to be using the other side so that our pockets are just really nice and neat on both sides, and we can just top stitch. So very nice and simple. Just go ahead and top stitch all the way around the pocket, leaving the top area open so that you can put your hands inside, and go ahead and stitch that down. I'm just using my pins to secure everything in place. Ooh. So y'all, now that we've gone ahead to do that, it's looking very nice and neat and clean and beautiful. I love how it's coming together already. So yes, we have the pockets very nice and big, and you can put a bunch of stuff inside. So now it's time to put the whole thing together. We're just going to bring our back piece back here, and we're just going to sew the shoulders together. So we're just going to sew the shoulders together. I'm just going to use, line it up and use my my clips to secure the shoulders in place. We're going to go ahead and sew those together on both sides and overlock it as well. And then we're also going to hem the sleeve right after we do that. Just go ahead and hem the sleeve on both sides. So y'all, now that we've gone ahead to do that, we've sewn the shoulders and we've hemmed the sleeves, looking very nice and neat. We love a clean job. And I've gone ahead to hem the sleeves. Now it's time for the final part, which is to sew the sides. Yay! Our dress is coming together. So just go ahead and sew the sides. And there's no you don't need to do any body measurements because it is a boo-boo. It's very free. You don't need to measure your waist hips, nothing like that. Just go ahead and sew it straight down. So I'm going to use my chalk. Just go ahead and sew right there. And on the other side as well. And go ahead and hem the bottom of your dress. And you are done. I love you, my delight. And if you would like any other tutorials, don't forget to leave a comment in the comment section below. Also, y'all, I would have a picture for you, but I didn't really have time to take pictures. I'm so sorry, guys.